Hello boys and girls, we are going to go over both our math assignment and our reading assignment for today. So I have math page 553, we're going to do that. We are going to do pausing point page 26 and pausing point page 28, or at least go over the directions for those in a couple of examples. Okay, so let's get started with math first. I'm going to read them to you, pause them in between so that you have time to answer the questions. Number 9 says, use a ruler. Measure the length of the marker to the nearest centimeter. How long is the marker? Okay. Measure that, pause it. Number 10, a path has 2 parts. The total length of the path is 15 centimeters. One part of the path is 9 centimeters. How long is the other part? So this, remember, when we're solving problems, we say things like part, whole. So right now you only have one part and the whole. So you need to find the other part. And in order to do that, we always subtract. So for this one, you would have 15 minus 9. Okay, pause it to solve that. Number 11, use a ruler, measure each path to the nearest centimeter. Then you need to decide which path is longer. Remember, they named the path on this one like they did on the one that we did yesterday together. So you have to write down path A or path B, not the color of the path. Okay, and how much longer is that path? And remember that you subtract to find that answer as well. Pause while you're doing that one. Measure the gray line with tools you need to be precise. Choose all of the measurements that are precise. Okay, so when you're measuring a squiggly line, remember that you need a little piece of string to line up on that line and then straighten out. Then you measure that. Now, they're asking you to check off all of the ones that are appropriate. You have 4 centimeters, 4 inches, 10 centimeters, and 4. We know right away that the answers 10 and 4 all by themselves are not correct. Those are not precise. Those don't tell you what unit you're using. So there's no way that it could be 10 or 4. I crossed those right out. All right? So pause that. Pause it there. Finish up that. And that's math. Okay? Now, we're going to look at pausing point 26. We've done these before in class where they give us a common noun and they want us to give them a proper noun. Okay, so number 1 says, the teacher is reading to her class. And then they change that to a proper noun to say, Miss Sykes is reading to her class. Okay? Notice that you have to write the whole sentence correctly and with a period at the end. Number 2 says, our state is the best state. So you're going to write in the name of our state with capitals because it's a proper noun, and then finish the rest of the sentence. Pause it, please, while you're doing that. Number 3, they went to the store. So you have to pick more than one person's name for they, right? 2 people, or at least, or 3 people. Went to, now we need a proper noun for the store. So you pick the name of a store. Okay, pause while you're doing that. Number 4, he, you need to give the name of a boy now, loves this holiday. Which holiday? The holiday gets capital letters. Okay? All right, now there's one more on the back. She, pick the name of a girl, will see a friend, another name, on a weekday. You pick the name of the day of the week. Okay? So pause while you're finishing that up, and then you'll be done with pausing point 26. Okay, now this next page has a couple of different directions for it, but we've done this before too. All right, so we're talking about adjectives. Those are our describing words. So it says circle the nouns and then draw a line from the adjective to the noun it describes. Some sentences may have more than one adjective and noun. All right, so let's take a look. Number 1 says, a brown rabbit hopped into the yard. First go through and circle your nouns. Okay, so we know that rabbit is a noun and yard is a noun. Now, we need to find a word that describes at least one of those nouns, okay? So, a brown rabbit hopped into the yard. There's nothing describing what the yard looks like or the size of the yard or anything like that. So we have to look at rabbit. There is a word describing rabbit. So we draw an arrow that curves from brown and points to rabbit. Just like that. Brown describes rabbit. Now, number 2, a shiny spaceship is floating in the sky. Okay, so we have to go through and circle the nouns. Spaceship is a noun, and sky is a noun. Okay, those are both things. Person, place, or thing, right? Now, a shiny spaceship is floating in the sky. Nothing again describes the sky, so we need to look at spaceship, and it says the spaceship is shiny. So we're going to draw an arrow, just like we did up above in number 1, from shiny to spaceship. Okay? So, I want you to read through all of those. You should be able to do those on your own now. Do them right now. And then you will be finished with both reading and math for the day. That's great. Okay, it's supposed to be warm outside. Get outside and play today.